everyone. It's Matt Began here, and I'm ready to talk about a cool topic that I get excited about. It relates to business, money, and life, and actually starts with this table right here. So, my fiance, who's over here on the couch with the dogs, she's listening in, and she gets excited about this too. She teaches me a lot. So, starting with this table, she actually found it and she rehabbed it herself. So we find like sustainability important and putting in time and effort is something that we like to do. We cherish an item more instead of buying new, so it's something we try to do a lot, but I don't do it too often. So which gets me into this topic. So when buying a product, what things do you value? And these are some of the items that come up in my life. And then talking with my fiance about things, she researches a lot of stuff. So things that we talk about, and I want to know if they're important to you. So where a product is made, is that important to you, or do you care if it's made in another country? If that product is then shipped over here and maybe causing pollution on large ships, is that important to you? Or do you not think about that? Right. And then is it important to you if a product is made here in America and you feel good about it? You know where it's made. Maybe it's made in your hometown or a nearby town or a city or a nearby state. And then do you care about fair labor practices of wherever you're buying a product? So do you ever look into how much these people are paid? If they have good living conditions, are they paid equal to what they should be making in their home country? Or do you not even think about that? And then how are they treated as well? Do you ever look into that? And the next thing I want to talk about is, does the company pollute and do they care about the environment? So a lot of times products may be made in other countries because we don't want to pollute in America, but those other countries, they don't care about pollution. So is that something you can turn a blind eye to? Are you saying, hey, I care about America so much, let that other, place get polluted? Or do you say, you know what, even if they are made in a different country and they're offering a great product, they still shouldn't pollute and they should pay their workers well. So I would just want to know if that's important to you. And do you care about a company's values versus how they operate? So for example, does the company follow social trends? Do they pander or do they take outside money to push certain views and they just try to quiet the loudest people at that time? And in reality, behind closed doors, they treat their force unfairly and they might be pushing products that aren't good for the environment or maybe not good for you. Do you care about that? Or do you say, you know what, they value this, they push this hard. I haven't looked into that deep. And then another thing is, again, do they pollute the earth? So on their website, they talk about, we value this, we value that, but in reality, they're just polluting the earth. And you look at where their products are made and you're like, yeah, that's not a good place. And they don't treat their employees well. So is that something you value? Another thing is, I talk about this a lot with my fiance. Are you easily influenced by TV, influencers, actors, media to build trust? So a lot of times, we might see a product a lot and that earns our trust. So I think it's like, if you see a product 5 times within a certain amount of time, you develop trust in that. You're like, hey, I see it everywhere. Does that, build your trust and that's something you want to buy? Or do you say, you know what, this is just an actor, and you look right past that and you don't get fooled by media and the influencer that showed me this product, they didn't even like test it. They didn't review it and they didn't talk about any of the values that the company has. So is that something you care about? And again, do you like supporting local companies? So I think of when I buy eggs or like now I'm buying this raw milk, I think about supporting a local company and I think about like the little family. I want to see the farm and I think about supporting our local economy. Or is that not important to you? You go and buy a product and it doesn't care. You don't care like where your money goes, or you just want the cheapest price. And then do you care about reusable or a one and done product? So would you pay a little bit more for a higher value product that's going to last a while, or do you just want a free or a cheap product that you can just throw out? So I think of like plastic silverware. So to me, if I'm hosting or having a party, I'd like to use just real silverware, so I'm not polluting and throwing it out. I think we get into this mind frame of, plastic silverware, we throw it out, we don't have to do dishes and it's done, but you're polluting, and it might save you time, but is it really saving the planet? So is that important to you when buying something? Do you think about, hey, using a cooler once, or do you want to buy an expensive cooler that you can use time and time again and maybe pass on to your friends and family? And then last, which I think we talked about a lot, is price. How important is price? Do you mind paying a higher price for more perceived value and quality? And there's certain values like that we talked about that mean a lot to you, or do you not care about all those values and you just go based on price? So you go to the store, you look at the three items and you pick the cheapest and you don't care about anything. Or how much do those certain factors weigh in on your price? I think that's kind of where I'm at, where there's certain factors that weigh into the price based on the product. So I think about, especially food, I'm putting that into my body, so that means a little bit more to me. And then I like supporting local, so I might buy a higher priced food item or like eggs or something like that, but I know it comes in a certain container and I'm supporting a local business, versus I might see a cheaper like carton of eggs, but it's coming from California. I live in New York. So I think about all the pollution and different things. And so that's like different factors that I weigh. Yeah. Yep. So she was talking about a little bit more of like, are those, is the carton plastic? Or when I buy milk, sometimes I forget before I was buying the wrong milk, is, make sure we push for the cardboard, things like that. So I think price is like a bit more important to me, but I have certain values and factors that I put into that. And I think as like I increase with income, I would look at factors more. And is that important to you? Or I'd love to hear why, hey, it's not important. And then I'd really love to hear about more about these factors and what you think, and more opinions on certain products or certain values that I left out. Reach out to me. And then certain products that you want me to talk about more or look into, I'd really love to hear about. So please message me. I hope you like the video. I hope this makes you think a little bit more about products, and I want to hear from you on what's important to you. So thanks, everyone.